Hi, this is for question number one. We had some technical difficulties with Willow for question number one, so I just wanted to re-record my response. So this was the onboarding question where a new employee comes to me and says they're still struggling with some onboarding issues and new policies and procedures, even after 2 weeks after they took onboarding or they had some onboarding training. And how would I respond to that? Well, as my job as a learning and development specialist, it's my job to make sure that the employee feels completely supported during their onboarding process. So I'm very curious to talk with the employee, and I would have some one-on-one questions for the employee. I would use active listening, open-ended questions to ask things like, what exactly are you struggling with? Tell me more about that. What policies and procedures do you need some extra help with? Also, maybe it's not policies and procedures. Maybe it's the environment. So I would definitely check in with that employee. I also would check in with their leader to also just see, if the leader kind of sees where they might actually be struggling a little bit too, so that we can kind of tailor our training to help and support that employee. I also would kind of reassure the employee that this is completely normal to feel overwhelmed during onboarding. It's a lot of information, and we're here to support in any way that we can. I'd make sure the training materials are updated. If the employee needs extra job aids, maybe a refresher training and so forth. If it hasn't been implemented already, I would also implement maybe assigning that person a buddy. I'd actually check in with the leader about that because I just want to make sure that the buddy is a good fit, and make sure that they're aligned personality wise and so forth, so that the employee that is really struggling gets an idea of, how to, do these things and also just feel supported in the process. And then I think one of the most important things in this entire process is to establish some sort of feedback loop with that employee. And so maybe setting up a call, like a one-on-one call once a week for the next few weeks, maybe a big 30-minute phone call, or even just if they're not available on a phone, maybe I can go in person and see them and where they're working and just say, hey, how's it going? What are some of the successes that you had? What are you struggling with and how can I help? So that's how I would handle and tackle that onboarding challenge, and just, continuously reinforce to the employee that we're here for support. Onboarding can take a few months to get fully onboarded in a company. So just reassure them that we're here to provide those support and then also provide those training needs.